Welcome back, Knights of Apollo. What's up, guys? It's Apollo here. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, we are playing Medieval Kingdoms Total War 1212 AD, and this one is a very cool historical battle. I really like the backstory to this one. Really interesting stuff. So this is called the Battle on the Marchfeld. It took place on the year 1278, and it's basically a struggle between two people who are fighting for a position of power, which is all too common in history. So our story begins on the year 1245, so sometime before the date of this battle. Emperor Frederick II has been removed from the throne of the Holy Roman Empire by Pope Innocent IV. So whenever you quickly remove a person in a position of power, it leaves a vacuum, a gap where multiple people are trying to take. Many nobles are willing to fight to gain that power to become the next emperor. And that's essentially what happens. The Holy Roman Empire falls into a period of crisis. They have no proper leader. It's very chaotic. You can't trust anyone because everyone's trying to backstab everyone. Well, things get very interesting on the year 1253. Now, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this guy's name right, but I believe it's Ottokar II. His father, who is King of Bohemia, dies, and he now is crowned King of Bohemia, becoming a very powerful man. Eventually, at the peak of his power, he will make a move to the throne of the Holy Roman Empire. Now, thankfully, the Holy Roman Empire actually has an electoral college, so they vote in people of power. It's actually called the Princes Electors. So they actually don't vote in Ottokar II. They actually vote in, and I quote, the poor Swabian Count, Rudolph of Habsburg. They crown him King of the Romans on the 29th of September, 1273. Now, obviously, Ottokar II, being a very powerful man, not too happy about it. He was actually absent for the election, and he does not recognize Rudolph as his king. So he is willing to bring violence to put himself on the throne of the Holy Roman Empire. So fast forward a little bit more, and here we are on the battlefield. These two great armies are about to meet, and this battle is going to determine the fate of the Holy Roman Empire. So before I talk about the outcome of this battle, I just wanted to quickly show you the alliances here, who's fighting with who. Very interesting because there's a ton of different minor factions, major factions. I'm going to mostly focus on the major factions who are here present on the battlefield. So on one side, of course, we have the Holy Roman Empire. They are, of course, protecting their newly elected emperor. Another major faction, we have the Austrians, so the Duchy of Austria, and we have Hungarians on the battlefield, along with some Cumans who are also fighting. There's also a lot of mercenaries in the mix. We got mercenaries from the Duchy of Upper Bavaria and the Duchy of Swabia as well. Now, on the other side, Ottokar II's army, of course, we have Bohemia because he is the king of Bohemia, so his countrymen, of course, trying to defend his right to be the emperor of the throne. We also have the Duchy of Lower Bavaria. So very interesting. Bavarians, I wouldn't say there was a divide between the Bavarians because they got mercenaries from northern Bavaria, so it's not like they're just, they're fighting for money. The lower Bavarians are actually fighting to, help get Ottokar on the throne. They also had a lot of mercenaries as well, including Polish. So we had some Polish mercenaries here to really fight for some gold here. So yeah, those are the alliances. So now you're probably wondering who won the battle? The battle on the Marchfeld. So actually it was a Holy Roman Empire victory. So Rudolph would win the battle. He would actually, not him personally, but Ottokar would die in this battle. The King of Bohemia, Ottokar II, his camp would be pillaged, and Ottokar's body would be displayed at Vienna. So yeah, that's the outcome of the battle. So let's go ahead, guys, dive into this fight. And we're going to relive this battle. Now, remember, this is not a recreation. It's more of just a setup. Anything could happen here. History could change. Ottokar II could defeat Rudolph and then take the throne of the Holy Roman Empire. So we'll see what happens. All right, so we're going to start with the Holy Roman Empire side. We've got some Cuman forces, lots of cav. They also have some infantry as well. So it's pretty cool to see the Cumans and, you know, just seeing a different mix of forces rather than just all westernized forces. Here's some heavy macemen as well. So a very small force there. It doesn't represent a ton because they weren't a majority of the force on the battlefield. Now over here we have the Hungarians who are bringing a very solid force. The Hungarians are very, very good. Archers, crossbows, infantry, some polearms in the back. Saxon halberd militia, very cool. And then we got the Hungarian king in the very back commanding his forces, his fight. Now back over here, I believe we have the Holy Roman Empire. So yeah, again, a good mix of archers, infantry, swordsmen, more polearms in the back, using them as a shock troop. You don't want these guys in the front because arrows can really focus them down. And they're, like I said, they're shock troops, so you want to use them to shock the enemy. You don't want them to hold the line. You want a shielded unit to do that, obviously. Now we have the Austrians, the final force here, bringing a lot of great infantry, swordsmen, crossbows, even bringing some pikes to the battlefield, which are going to be pretty helpful. And again, same kind of layout here. We've got the dismounted knights, heavy polearm infantry in the very back, and we do have a lot of cav on this flank. We have the King of Austria, or the Duke of Austria, and then we have Imperial Knights, and we have Austrian Knights mixed in with some spears to support the cav engagement. Let's now move on to Ottokar's force, the Bohemian Alliance. So we're going to start with Bohemia. He's got some heavy shot cav and some halberds. Lots and lots of cav over on this flank. Lots of Bohemian Knights. Back here, we do have some halberds as well. In the front, we've got some Pavi's crossbows mixed with some Pavi's spearmen. So that's a great Pavi's mix-up there, matchup. Then we've got some flailmen, which is like a medium polearm infantry, and then some more halberdiers. So pretty solid force. Not a lot of swordsmen, but a lot of halberds and polearms. If we go back over to here, we've got another Bohemian army, I believe. So yeah, we've got two Bohemian armies bringing very similar army comps, polearms, Pavi's units. We got the Bohemian King. So yeah, very interesting stuff there. And then we'll move on to the next army, which of course is Bavaria. So Bavaria bringing, like I said, these armies are all very similar. Swordsmen, crossbows, and then he's got polearms in the back. And we got the Bavarian Knights, which look awesome. I love the Bavarian, like basically the flag here, their coat of arms and stuff. It looks really great. I don't know why I like it so much. Here's some Landwehr as well. And then way in the back we have, or not way in the back, but way on the right side we have some Polish. This is Lesser Poland. He's bringing a very solid force of spears, archers. Got some swordsmen in the mix. But again, he's kind of like the Cumans. Doesn't have a ton of forces on the battlefield. So we'll see how that plays out. All right, guys. So it looks like the battle is finally underway. We've got some forces moving forward. We have the Austrians pushing forward. We have this little cav flank mixed in with a lot of spears, so they're going to rely a lot on infantry because they are outnumbered in terms of cav. So they've got to rely on infantry to try to support their cav in this engagement. Bohemia is going to go ahead and push up their knights a little bit here. And now the armies are going to meet in the center. In this battle, the battle on Marchfeld is about to begin, guys. Very exciting stuff. Who will be victorious? Will history repeat itself, or will history rewrite itself and Ottokar will be the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire? So yeah, very interesting stuff. I mean, what do you think would happen? Do you think he would, after this battle, have enough strength, have enough power to put himself on the throne? Would there be like more battles in the future? It's really hard to determine. Again, I'm not an expert on this time period or topic, so I can't really say that, you know, oh, he would take the throne instantly. They would never continue to fight back. But yeah, well, I mean, it's just a fun little what if, which are virtually impossible to really guess right, obviously, because they're what ifs. But yeah, we've got the crossbows actually going into, this is Bavarian crossbows, going into normal formation, a bit of a tight formation here, which is really interesting. Now, this is considered a infantry, but yeah, I guess they can form shield, which kind of protects them, which is really intriguing. That's gonna be interesting to see if it actually pays off, if they can actually protect their crossbows. Then we got some archer sergeants from Greater Poland. Well, it's Lesser Poland, but these archers specifically are from Greater Poland. So they're not quite in range either. So they're kind of just edging forward. They're trying to just get their men in range here. We got some heavy spears protecting the crossbows. Or no, this is a heavy bow unit. We're now firing down on the crossbows of Bohemia. Bohemia's got this great big shield here, which should protect them against too much enemy fire. And now we have even more crossbows coming over from Austria, who's going to support his Holy Roman Empire ally. And they're just gonna overwhelm this Pavi's crossbow from Bohemia. So yeah, he's gonna fall back. More crossbows pushing forward this way. Yeah, he's really leaving these guys out in the open. These Bohemians need to be careful because they could get charged with cav. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. Maybe he's trying to bait the cav into charging. Oh, well, here we go. Here we go. Austria is... Nope, he's not gonna go for it. Yeah, smart move there, and he's gonna fall back there. And, oh, wait, we've got a cav charge. Bavaria is thinking about charging it, but he's gonna decide to fall back, and that's the... Those kind of decisions can be make or break, because the fact that he is falling back now, he is in range of the crossbow fire. So since he didn't fully commit, his troops are going to get shot at from the flank. He didn't take too many loss. Actually, he did. He lost well, he almost lost 20 units there, or 20 men, I should say, in the unit. So that was pretty costly there. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate indeed. Back over here, we've got a lot of Jesus Christ, Bavarian knights mixed in with Polish cav. So we got the Great Banner of Krakow, and then we have the Polish Knights, which is a great cav unit. So it looks like both forces are more focused of moving up their infantry, which is really interesting because most of the time in these pitch battles, cav always start the engagement. But this time it looks like this is going to be more of an infantry focused fight. And now Austria is going for a charge, but I think this is a bluff. I don't think he's actually going for this. Yep. I think this was the target the whole time. He's going for, but oh no, he's going for the swordsman. Nope. What is he going for? I don't know, but he is behind enemy lines. Look at this. They're perfectly divided. Look at that. Oh, there they go. Now they're going to break into the unit. There we go. He's going to charge into these crossbows. A suicide mission here of these Austrian knights, but they do it for their emperor. They do it for the Duchy of Austria. So yeah, they're fighting the good fight over here. This is excellent. So really cool little cav charge there. That was really interesting. Now we have some swordsmen coming in. The Hungarians are charging up, going to take on the Bavarians. There we go. There's our first collision force, and now we've got more Bavarians pushing forward, getting ready to embrace the Hungarian infantry. A little slow charge here. Both forces like, shield wall. Look at these guys. Look at them. They're just talking trash right now, like, Ottokar is the true emperor. It's like, no, Rudolph, he was elected, dude. Democracy. Don't you believe in democracy? Just because your guy wins doesn't mean you have to riot, man. Oh, man. All right, so let's do some slow motion here. See what's going on. We actually have, look at this. We've got Hungarian sergeants kind of going in alone, trying to break through these lines, Bavarian lines. More forces coming up this way. We have the Cumans mixed in with the Hungarians. They're pushing forward on this flank pretty hard. In the center, we got more cav coming forward. Look at this. The Hungarian knights charging up here. And they're going to go ahead and run down these spears that are in loose formation. Oh, my God. Hungarians, man, they are a deadly cav faction. And now they're going to come around. They're going to pinball around the battlefield and go to the back lines of these swordsmen. Now is the time to push up the spears. Now that the cav is keeping these swordsmen occupied from the flank, from the rear, it's time to push up the spears and get in there and just support that cav unit. But this is just madness here. I am loving the Holy Roman Empire Alliance side, how effective they're being with their cav right now, getting them in the back lines. They might lose their cav units, but it doesn't matter because they have just broken just the... they've made it so the Ottokar's alliance, they've got to work together, or what am I, the micro, it's making them, I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart here, guys, I'm so sorry. The micro is making it very difficult for them. So while this cav is in the back lines, you can push up the infantry and start to overwhelm and start to overflank. Now we got some Landwehr who are trying to hold this front line with some pole arms, which is definitely, oh my God, look at this battle, guys. There is so much infantry in one area. This is insane. Holy crap. This is a massive fight for the center position. Look at that beautiful struggle. Now back over here, we've got humans charging in. They're going into some Landwehr who are trying to hold. There's just a weird mix of troops here. And now we got infantry colliding over on this side. So finally, the Cav is engaging on multiple flanks. Oh my god, this battle is all over the place, man. All over the place. Polish knights, Hungarian knights fighting it out. Two elite Cav forces. They're just going to duke it out. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Now we got some Saxon Halberd militia. They're charging forward. I think they want to try to support their Cav in their engagements. Yeah. Uh-oh, general has been fallen. Or has been fallen. His general has been slain. The Bohemian King. So Ottokar II has been shot. And look at this. Classic Attila here. This little land glitch. Very annoying. But now we've got some dismounted knights about to charge into these spears. So the Bohemian King is now dead. And that's pretty much a deal breaker. I mean, once the guy that you're trying to put into power has died, it's time to break, to kneel, to Rudolph, to lay down your arms. So far, I think this battle is playing out pretty historically. They're making this very difficult for Ottokar's army. Ottokar is dead now, so that is historical as well. And just look at this front line. Look at this. Beautiful clashes here. I'm surprised he hasn't charged in his Pavi spears. He needs to get them into the fight because this is a glorious one. Very nice. Get him. Get him. Back over here, we got this beautiful Cav engagement. Lots of infantry supporting the fight, though. I think Bavaria, I mean, the Bavarians are, I think they outnumber them in Cav numbers, but because of the infantry support, and we even have some Polish support over here trying to even the odds. And actually, we've got some breakage here. Who is this? The Hungarian Knights are breaking to the Great Banner of Krakow. So yeah, they are, and by the way, I know I'm mispronouncing that. I never get, I get mixed, like some people say I'm saying it right, some people say I'm saying it wrong. I just go with it. I just pretend it's right. That's the key to it all. But yeah, more infantry. The Polish really dealing with this flank, trying to take out this Cav, and it looks like the Polish might be able to save this battle. It seems like they are really turning this little engagement around. But will it be enough? Because in the center, yeah, we've got the Bavaria. Actually, this is still pretty close as well. I mean, look at this. They're doing a great job over here with the polearm, the Landwehr, breaking some Cuman infantry. And then we've got, again, the spears not going in quite yet. Back over here. Oh, man, look at this battle line. Hold on. We got to get an epic just panel over this. This is too epic, guys. Look at this. Look at this. I love it, man. This is why I play Total War. Moments like this, so legendary, so much fun. So yeah, great. Just a mix of pikes, spears, swordsmen, a brutal brawl between these two forces, fighting to get their man on the throne. Man, look at that. This is so, look at it, it's still going. It's still going. All right, let's zoom out. Let's go back to the tactics here. Now, we've got Cav flanking around. This is pretty huge, guys. Cav flanking around, a pretty untouched flank over here for Bohemia. They've got to get going, though. Do not stand still because there is some Imperial Knights chasing you down, and they're going to get a hammer and anvil on some of these polearms. Very good move there, but they are now surrounded by Imperial Knights. So let's go ahead and zoom out. Let's do some slow motion here, guys, because there's so much going on. So yeah, he had a nice little flanking charge there, but I think he missed an opportunity. I don't think he should have went for the hammer and anvil. I think he should have chased down the crossbows and avoided this like encirclement of death. Now he's surrounded by multiple units. This Cav unit, the Bohemian Knights, are surrounded. Back over here, we've got some Pavi's crossbows who are untouched. Now they're going to push forward. Look at this. He's going to charge into some spears. Go Bohemian Knights, high period. So here we go. Let's see how effective this is. Boom. Yeah, that's pretty effective. Pretty effective indeed. But it's not going to be that great. It seems like the spears are in a bit of a shield wall, which really protects them from frontal charges. Back over in this way, on this side, in the center, more Cav pushing forward. from the, let's see, oh, we've got the Holy Roman Empire really just taking on the Bohemian Knights. Very interesting engagement. Back over here, look, it's still very even. This battle is extremely even, guys. Really hard to determine who's going to take this one. If we look at the numbers, there we go. Very, very close. So it's a difference of about 500 men, which is not, I mean, it's a pretty noticeable advantage in numbers, but it's not like game over by any means. So Autocar's alliance, the Bohemian alliance, they could easily turn this one around if they get a couple good crossbow volleys, if they get a couple good hammer and anvil with some cav. It's very possible that either side still has a great chance of winning this one. Now, the cav, this battle over on this flank is starting to fizzle out over here. The Polish King and the Great Banner of Krakow, they're going to charge, take on some Lancers over here, some Cuman Lancers. This is kind of like a suicide charge for them. Nice little engagement there. That was very, very cool to see. Back here, still just I don't know, guys. I think the Bavarian side's got this one. So the battle, if we look slow motion, it kind of divided into two different parts. We got this main fight between the Holy Roman Empire and Austria taking on pretty much both Bohemian forces. And it's, look at this, a lot of wavering from the Holy Roman Empire. This is insanely close. And we also have a general over here. This is the Bohemian King's bodyguard. So I'm pretty sure, unless there is two Bohemian King, units, then technically Ottokar could still be alive. More cav breaking through. Imperial Knights going for the Pavi's crossbows, running them down. That's going to save a lot of lives. You got to take out those crossbows. They're so important because they can rack up hundreds. You know, people always look at the Knights. People always look at the swordsmen as their best units. It's the crossbows. Have you seen the numbers? Watch, at the end of this battle, you will see ridiculous numbers for these crossbows. It's insane. That's why you always got to have a good archer force. Not always. It depends on the situation and the strategy. But there's a lot of breaking going on from both sides here, guys. The Holy Roman Empire, Austria, they are... Oh, wait, a massive break on this flank. This whole wing over here, this left wing is crumbling. The axes are being tossed at these crossbows. They're throwing axes. Seriously, who throws an axe? They're getting out of there. Look at that. That's so awesome. Throwing axes, man. That's so great. So, yeah, the Austrians charging in. Now we got some cav trying to stop the bleeding here, trying to hold off this flank, but it's not going to be good enough. Those Bohemian Knights, they're down to 35. I don't think they're going to be able to hold against all this infantry. Now we have a general coming in. This is the Emperor. We got Rudolph going in, doing a suicide charge, charging into the ranks. Oh, God, that was a little reckless. A little reckless there with the general. But I guess he wants to take out these crossbows because it makes a good point. These crossbows could easily just mow down this flank over here. But because he charged them like this, it's going to be more difficult for them to get a clear shot. And now the infantry is going to be able to push forward and completely avoid being mowed down by those crossbows. Now the pikes are moving in, and yeah, this is looking, I don't know, guys. This is still really even. The balance of power, though, look at this. This battle over here shifted pretty decisively, and look at that balance of power. Bohemia, or the Bavarians, are crumbling to the might of the Hungarians and the Cumans, and I believe the Holy Roman Empire. So, yeah, I think because the Holy Roman Empire or the Hungarians are going to win this engagement. Uh-oh, general has fallen. Oh, no. I don't know whose general that was. But there we go. More breakage over here by the Pavi's crossbows. And the pikes are able to just pike the enemy to death. And the back over here, I mean, this is still really close. But this flanking force might decide the battle here. We've got a lot of pikes. And we've got some spearmen coming around the flank. That's going to cause a lot of issues for the, the Bohemians. Now we got some polearms charging the crossbows, trying to get there before they get off a shot. And they do get there in time to silence them before they can fire. And they're going to go ahead and just go into melee here. These polearms are surrounded, but they are surrounded by crossbows, which is not as threatening, I suppose. But yeah, they're still trying to clean up these forces. I believe the Bavarian player, basically at this point, and the Polish player, they're just trying to kill as many as they can. They know they're going to lose, but they're going to try to win for their ally, try to take out as many as possible, try to delay this force before reinforcements will arrive. And we do have, oh, what's this? We've got the Cuman General Master Horse Archer. He's coming around to support the battlefield, going to fire down into this blob of forces. So yeah, the Holy Roman Empire, it looks like they're going to lose this engagement. It looks like they're going to lose to the Bavarians, along with Austria also going to lose to the Bavarians. It's still really close, though. Actually, no. This is going to be a victory for the Holy Roman Empire and the Austrians. There's no way. I mean, they're surrounding these Pavi spears. There's a lot of crossbows back here, which, you know, if you have crossbows, there's hope, you know, basically, because they're so deadly. And now we've got the general of the Cumans. He's charging in, silencing these guys. And then back over here, we're basically getting the cleanup phase of this fight as the Holy Roman Empire pushes to take out this Pavi spear unit, which are very tough to crack, extremely tough to crack. And the crossbows are surrounded, and here comes what's left. Here comes what's left of this force as they close in to pretty much do the final punch, the final blow to Otto's army, Ottokar's army. So 36 seconds here, guys, 35. So yeah, it's going to be over pretty soon. Here comes another cav charge here. Horsemen going after, most likely, the crossbows. Yeah, he's going to, yeah, I mean, I think this is like one of the few cav units left on the battlefield. So obviously he's going to use them pretty aggressively to get rid of these crossbows. And we're down to the last 10 seconds here. And sure enough, all these forces are breaking. And history will not change here today. Rudolph will also be victorious once again. And he will be crowned emperor for sure. The deal has been sealed. So let's end the replay and look at the results here. So I always love these historical battles. So holy crap, man. The Cumans got a ton of kills. Look at that. Insane amount of kills with the horse archers. That was huge. Then we got the Holy Roman Empire. They are, well, they got a lot of kills with, that's a pretty small army too. It felt a lot bigger on the battlefield. But yeah, a good amount of kills with his infantry. Pretty even spread there. And then we have Austria. They have a huge force. Well, let's see. The crossbow's getting about 100 kills. The infantry, his dismounted knights doing pretty well. And then here is the Hungarians. And then we move on to the two Bohemian armies. And then we've got Bavaria and the Polish. So very, very interesting stuff. This was sent in by Blood Magpie. Thank you so much, dude, for these historical battles. I love covering these, but also learning about historic battles and events and stuff. Really fun. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more historical epic battles. Thanks, guys, and I will see you next time on the battlefield.